with us today, and we normally start off with a brief introduction of all the folks that are on the working group. And today, I would like to invite everybody who's in the room to do it. If you want to stay at the edges, you can stay at the edges. If you want to join the table, today's meeting is going to be a little bit different. It's only an hour. Normally it's 90 minutes, and normally we have some guest speakers, and today it's just us. So I'll start off. My name is Clinton Wilson. I work for Colorado State University with the Agribuilty program, and I sit as the chair of this working group as a member of Rocky Mountain Farmers Union. And we are in Monte Vista for our first annual Behavioral Health Summit that will happen after this meeting is done. Glad you could all join. And I'm going to rotate to my left to Nick. If Nick's willing to introduce herself. I don't know that the owl can reach that far, but Nick is against the outer wall. And
Winning. No, Nick Purchase. I wear many hats, and today I'm just here really as a farmer.
Excellent. Glad you're here. Yeah. And let's tell people where we're from. I'm located in Fort Collins,
Pueblo County.
Pueblo County.
Just introducing myself?
Just introducing yourself.
Sorry, my name is Bria Kinsella. I am with the Colorado Providers Association, formerly of Celebrating Healthy Communities down in La Plata County. I'm from both Mancos and Denver.
Awesome. Glad you could join us.
Happy to be here.
Yeah.
JC Carica with Access Health Systems and the Hay Initiative. I called Durango and Rocky Ford both home.
Excellent.
Marisa Aguilar with the Migrant Education Program. We're a supplemental program for students of ag workers.
Oh, excellent.
My name is Carla Fierro. I work for the Migrant Education Program as well, and I'm an educational recruiter.
Excellent. Where are you guys located?
Alamosa.
In Alamosa. Excellent. Glad you could join us.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Julissa Soto, and I'm part of the Agriculture Behavioral Health Group, correct? And I travel around the state, so I'm never home, but when I'm home, I live close by the airport in Denver.
Great.
Hi everyone, I'm Rosie. I work at the Colorado Department of Agriculture and I am a program assistant. I normally work in our drought and climate resilience office and I provide administrative support to the Ag Behavioral Health Work Group.
Great.
My name is Kathy Temple. I am currently with Lamar Community College with their behavioral health program, part of the behavioral health grant to train people to get into behavioral health in the rural communities, especially. I also come from a farming family, 5th generation, and we are out of Lamar, Colorado, Wiley, Colorado area.
Awesome. Glad you could join us, Kathy.
Hi, I'm Richard Harland. I work with the Ute Mountain Ute Tribe in Southwest Colorado. I just like to say it's as southwest as you can get and still be in Colorado. Ute Mountain Tribe has we have 17 farms, and I'm not sure about the ranching operations across the state. But I'm a counselor at our very, very small little mental health treatment agency.
Excellent. Jumping over here.
My name is Andrew Jarvis, Executive Director of Hope in the Valley, treatment facility that we offer all the continuum of care for substance abuse treatment from withdrawal management all the way up to outpatient treatment programs here in the San Luis Valley. It's only been open for 18 months now. So we're really trying to connect and get out there. I am actually from an asset Colorado Valley.
Great. Understand you.
I'm Kimberly Reed. I'm the owner of Hope in the Valley Substance Abuse Disorder Facility, and I am from Parkland, Colorado. And I'm here today to try to make sure to network and let folks know about our facility and see how we can help and expand into all the other communities.
Oh, that's great.
Yes.
Glad you could join us as well.
She's with me.
She's with you.
Yes, this is my mom.
Oh, excellent. Well, great.
Welcome, Mom.
Thanks for joining, Mom.
This is Cheryl.
Do you want to go by Mom or do you want to go? Mom is fine. Excellent. Glad you guys could sit in on our meeting. And Julie.
I normally travel with my mom too, but not this time. Julie Elliott, Behavioral Health Specialist with Colorado State University, and I cover the western region of the state. I'm located in Grand Junction.
Excellent.
I'm Holly Yuma. I'm a social work professor at Colorado State, and I partner with the AgriBility team to generate data to advance their causes.
Excellent. Glad that everybody could join us, and Robert came in and then he quickly ran back out. Robert Cicada, who is also the CDA lead, will be joining us shortly, and he's on another call. And yeah, glad that everybody could be here. The Q&A function, if anybody's joining us on, oh, we got to jump to you folks online. Sorry, I almost forgot about Tim and Jacob. You guys go. Jacob first.
No sweat at all, Clinton. I'm Jacob Walter. I am from a ranching family in Los Animas County. I currently live in Otero County, and I'm coming to you from my office at Colorado State University Pueblo in Pueblo County.
So good. Thanks. Tim.
And yeah, good morning, everybody. Tim Miller here. I'm with the Colorado Farm Bureau. I'm the Director of Industry Relations. I had initially planned on being there in person, and I'm sorry that I'm not. We had a teenager who wrecked a car recently. He's okay, but the car's not. And so we're dealing with logistics on that. So apologize for not being there in person, but glad I could at least join you guys this morning.
Yeah, thanks for joining, and glad everybody was all right in the accident.
Yep. Yeah, he's good. Yep. Thank you.
Good. I was gonna say there's a Q&A function at the bottom if there are others that are joining online that we can't see you, but we can receive your questions. Rosie will be monitoring those, so don't hesitate to enter those. For anybody else in the room who's not on the working group, if you have a question, don't hesitate to just say, hey, I have a question, or raise your hand or your voice, and we can talk about it. Like I said, today's meeting is a little bit different. It's only an hour. We're gonna be doing some review of the past year and looking at our report for the end of the year that we owe to the legislators that helped create this working group and give us the opportunity to give feedback to supporting agriculture behavioral health here in Colorado. And if you are joining, if you're part of the group and you need to leave at any time, feel free to do so. I always forget to approve past minutes. I think that we have enough people in here to approve them, even though the working group is all spread out. But did anybody have any questions on the last agenda minutes that Rosie sent out last week?
I'll move to approve.
Move to approve.
A second.
Man, it's Robert's rule of orders, and yeah, we're not using that formally around here. Thanks for keeping us real, Dr. Krika. Okay, then, approved. I guess I did hit a gavel then if we're gonna be. I need to ask for a Thor's hammer. Agenda review, there's an agenda posted online. There's a couple of hard copies. I don't know if we have any other ones, but if you need one, there you go. We're going to approve a new charter that Robert and Rosie have talked with Commissioner Greenberg about. And it really is just to keep consistency within this group. We talked about it 2 weeks ago or 2 months ago, and we've decided to move forward. If for any reason you're not able to attend I guess 8 meetings out of the year, but you're gonna miss more than 4, then we have created a charter that says, and I'll read it, the Commissioner of Agriculture or their designee at the discretion can replace any appointed work group member who has more than 4 absences per calendar year where they did not arrange for a designated alternate to fill their responsibilities to the working group. And again, as has been seen by my leading, we're not super formal. If you're not able to make it, you know, just talk with us. But there have been a number of people that were really strong on the working group at the beginning and then have fallen off and haven't been in communication. We really want people in the working group that are committed to this effort and that we can depend on as we're continuing to move forward with our desire to help agriculture behavioral health across the state. So we do need to vote on this, and I guess since we're doing it formally, do I have any, well, is there any discussion? Does anybody have any further questions? We've talked about this a couple times, but anybody online, in person? Concerns, questions?
We'll just add that Attendance is important because of the continuity that's then required to report at the end of the year in our annual report. So we need people to attend on a regular basis so we can get that input
Yeah,
accurately reflected in the reports that we have to provide.
and those people's voice represents people from around the state, and it's so important that we have the representation that we sought out to have at the beginning with people from all around the state and the different groups and communities. So, do I have oh, Nick?
Since that last meeting, when this was brought up, or at least last one I was on, were there any working groups held after that, and was the attendance any better, just out of curiosity?
You mean subcommittees?
Yeah.
Rosie, our subcommittee for outreach is next week.
Yeah.
And with Catherine's departure, I don't think that Chad's group
Has been.
met. And the major concern wasn't so much the subcommittee participation, which is an important part, is that we want people to participate in there. But it's really this monthly meeting that we want to be sure that people are present at, so that, as JC said, there's a continuation of the work that we're doing and people are there knowing what was said and participated. So, but good question. And we do want to, going into this next year, really bolster the subcommittee work. So.
And then the only other change that has occurred is that we now have an open application
Oh, thank you.
online that will just be open continuously for people who are interested in being work group members. So they can submit an application. So then if and when we have a gap in representation open up, we can fill it. And we have had someone submit that application already.
So did you guys already submit the invites for the outreach program? Because I have not received those. For the outreach group, not program. Oh my God, I'm in programs.
Yeah, the outreach
Outreach group.
subcommittee. Yeah, if you want to join, you certainly can. The meetings are always posted on our website.
And that's available for anybody in the working group or anybody who, you know, joins.
Was
as
it
a community.
the outreach group or best practices?
I think you're best.
You were part of best
I'm
practice.
part of best practices.
Yeah,
And
and that's the
Catherine.
one that Catherine was leading, so that one has lapsed. If
Oh.
anyone wants to lead it. We're looking.
Don't
for-
look at me because I end up leading everything, my friends.
That's right. But
Yeah.
MJ is involved in that with Chad as well.
Yes.
And so they are.
Mike. So-
And Mike,
as
and
well.
Mike, let us know that he was traveling and wasn't able to make it
Yes.
today. Okay, so vote on new charter language. If nobody has a concern. All in favor?
I-
Aye.
Aye.
Ayes, and those of you who oppose, please speak up. I think, again, looks like it passed, so we can send that to the commissioner.
Great.
Thank you.
I did another online person join with the green background.
Let's
Oh,
hear-
that's our Spanish interpreter. Yes. Okay, so the first part of this meeting, or the next section's meeting, we really wanted to take a minute to consider what it is that this group has done so far. Rosie has started a document, which, thank you so much, Rosie, for that. If you are on your computer, you can click on that. But the big question is, how do we want this to run differently if we do? And what is it that we've accomplished? And kind of just looking back at moving forward, how do we feel like we could be a more impactful or more engaged group? And as Dr. Krika said, getting people to be committed and consistent feels like an important first step. And this first year has been kind of figuring out our way to get people engaged and moving forward. But I'd love to open it up to anybody in the working group. I guess we'll start at the top. First question, what do you guys feel like we accomplished this year?
We have Jacob.
Jacob?
I think we've made some good progress, especially starting out and doing all of the foundational work that we've had to do, setting up some subcommittees. I know that the one has not been able to meet, but even that group has been doing their interviews that they talked about, doing the reviews of literature that currently exists around the areas of mental health and everything that we're focused on. I would also say we've been successful in one of the outreach committees group was some socialization of the conference, the summit that is going on today and tomorrow. I think that's been successful. I think one of the really big successes also has been the work that Rosie has helped to lead on creating the website resources that outline what available resources we currently know are around the state and collecting all those into one place. I think that's been really helpful. And then I think for the working group, the guest speakers that we've had from the different programs, both, you know, public and private, has been really beneficial for bringing all of our groups together. And I think I think we still have some work to do, but I think we have decent and growing representation of the different community populations around the state and the folks that are bringing those forward.
Wow, thanks, Jacob. That was a great overview of the past 10 months that we've been meeting. That was fantastic. Thank you so much. And I think that, you know, I'll just say one thing. When we first got started, we didn't know how it would go with inviting the different speakers, but I want to give props to Rosie and Robert and some of the other people in the working group that have recommended, but the groups that have come on, they've been so informative and I think been great networking opportunities to learn what's going on. Yulisa.
I think what we have done, we're in what we have done great, right? Not what we do different, or I can include my spill on that one too. What we have done great, I think, is being inclusive.
Yeah.
I noticed that in every meeting, I'm not gonna lie to you, this is one of the committees that I feel welcome and understood. I had to resign on 2 boards because of that same reason, that I don't feel welcome. I don't feel they're prepared to serve the communities that they say they wanted to prepare, and that's why I resigned to 2 boards. I feel that in here, we're very aware of the different, after the owners of the ranches and everything else, but also if it makes me feel that you guys want to know more also about the workers and reach out to the workers. And I honestly think that you will have better attendance too if you ask each of us, why is it that we belong to this committee, right? What is our interest? My interest is the workers, the Latino community. That's who I am. That's who I represent. And that's why I joined this committee, right? So I think that if we ask all the committee members in here, what brought you here? And then pay attention to what the needs are, we will have better attendance from everyone. And that's why I cancel all my other meetings to come here, because I see that you give my community a priority. So I'm gonna give you the same things back as you give our community. And I think we have done that really well. This Sunday, we're gonna be talking, collecting qualitative and quantitative data with agriculture workers. And we will be asking about behavioral health and mental health, if they even know the difference, or that they even have heard about what's mental health or behavioral health. Because in our community, it doesn't exist, right? Like when the workers tell me I drink every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and I say that's an addiction problem, and they're like, no, that's part of the culture. We're just happy. And I'm like, okay, let me change it a little bit, right? So, by Rosie and I going to talk one-on-one and understanding what the community needs and not what you and I think is best for the community, that has really impressed me from this committee. Because it's usually the other way around. When I join boards or committees, they're like, well, this is what the Latino community needs. And I'm like, have you sit down with them and asked them? And they're like, no, but research and studies show. And I said, but research and studies doesn't show you how many Latinos were part of the research and studies? None. Okay. So I don't know where you're getting your numbers. So I feel that in here, we're just making progress. And I met these 2 beautiful ladies this morning, and they were really interested in knowing what this group is all about too, because that's who they care about.
Yeah.
That's who we represent, right? So I say, come and check it out and see. And in the future, maybe we can include more people from diverse backgrounds. I'm not saying only Latinos, right? It can be Native Americans, it can be African Americans, it could be whomever is passionate about this work too.
Yeah.
And Jacob, I wanted to meet you in person, so shame on you, because I wanted to meet you in person over here in Mico. But anyways, I feel that we've done that really well. I'm very enthusiastic about what 2026 can bring for us.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. Thanks, Yulisa. And I really like what you said with the, each member of the group having the opportunity to share what's going on in their community so that they do feel like that they have that place. And I feel like that we offer that, you know, at the beginning, at the end, places where people can interject, but really focusing in on that. And then the other thing with you guys as presence, just the idea of the inclusivity of youth in agriculture. We haven't really talked about that a whole lot. There is gonna be a table that Julie's actually gonna be leading tomorrow morning on how do we support and reach out to youth in agriculture and what are current programs. But I would love to hear more about what you guys are doing because that sounds fantastic. So maybe we could schedule in the future for them to have a time for one of our other meetings to tell us more about your program.
And you know, Clinton, maybe in 2026, at this conference, we can have a session, 2 or 3 sessions and completely in Espanol.
Oh, yeah.
Not only for us, the professionals, but also for some of the workers to come and check out and get involved and be proactive instead of reactive and
Yeah.
saying, you know, I don't even know what a committee is, Julissa. I don't even know if I belong, right?
Yeah,
So maybe next year planning the conference in Espanol too,
yeah.
and being inclusive of the majority of your workers here.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that that's definitely something next year as we're planning, how do we include the workers and the producers in some type of an event?
And I
Because
can,
this year it's
and I
just
can volunteer for that one.
Yeah,
I
this
can
year
get
it's
you the
just
presenters, the workers and everyone.
the organization.
And
so that's
I'll invite these two too, even though I don't know you, you're gonna present.
Yeah, well, Carlisle, who did most of the work to put this together, he had lots of support, but his original goal was to really do something that also included the farm workers and the producers. And we, through the legislation, decided that the legislation was only to get organizations and providers and those people who were supporting agriculture together. But next year, it seems like there's an opportunity to explore that. So thanks.
Thank you, Clinton.
Yeah, of course, thank you. Anyone else reflecting on what we've done, both that we've done well or opportunities for improvement?
I just want to throw out real quick if I could. I think just this first year has been really good in getting getting a foundation laid, and that we are in a pretty good place to really put some extra substance, I guess, in the next year and define what it is that we want to put forward. I think the hearing at the Water Resource and Agriculture Committee was very, very successful and very, very well put together. And that those of you who have participated, Robert, Clinton, Jacob, you guys did a fantastic job on that. And just the fact that this event, this next couple of days is also happening. Those are pretty big successes to do in one year, and we should really be proud of that. And I think there's an awesome opportunity for us to build on top of that. So I just wanted to throw that out there. I'm happy to be a part of this group. I want to do whatever I can on my side and Farm Bureau's side to do more on the outreach piece of it. I think I am. I think I signed up to be a part of that outreach group. I don't think I'm in the. I might put my name in the wrong cell, I think, but I do want to play a role in that. And I think we are in a really good place to do that. And Clinton, I think you've done an excellent job. Thank you very much. Thank you to Robert and Rosie as well for making these happen on a regular basis. So there's a lot to be excited about here. And I really think that we're going to make a difference the next year and the years to come. So I just want to put that out there. We've done a great job and we should be proud of what we've done so far.
Right on, thanks, Tim. And you did trigger something. So another partner in this group is the Behavioral Health Administration. And we mentioned last meeting that they have hired somebody to replace Calandra, who was an initial member of this. Her name is Liz Thomas. She's actually next door in Chad, Resident Check's Land Logic Training. Chad's also a member of this. And so Liz wasn't able to be in here today, but at the next meeting, we'll give her a little bit of time to introduce herself. But just want to give shouts out to the Behavioral Health Administration and particularly Megan Shelton for her work to fill that position and make sure that the Behavioral Health Administration is set up to support this group and agriculture across the state. So, and Robert's in here now, and I kind of introduced you earlier, but wanted to give you a quick minute just to let everybody know who you are since you came in quietly.
Thank you. Thanks, Clinton. Hi, everybody. Sorry that I wasn't here earlier. We're juggling different meetings right now. I'm Robert Sakata. Our family has a farm in Brighton, Colorado, but I also serve in the Colorado Department of Ag as the Ag Water Policy Advisor. But when this legislation was passed, right away, I volunteered and let our Commissioner of Ag know, Kay Greenberg, that I'd really be excited to be able to lead this effort. So luckily she said yes, and luckily Rosie said yes when I said I need some help.
You're here to that.
Yeah, so thanks. I'm glad to see everybody here.
Yeah, I guess the other question as we stay in this section is, what are issues or gaps that you don't think that we have necessarily touched on? You mentioned it a tiny bit, Ulissa, just to continue to tap into the ag workers and engaging there. But what are some other gaps that maybe we haven't looked at that we should prioritize for this coming year?
You know, it's been a pretty organic year, and I think that's good. Like, we're growing, we're understanding what resources are available, and those will change. So we have to continue to have that. But I think we need to really set some pretty lofty, some bold expectations. And I think it's time that we get in front of Colorado Public Radio. I think it's time we start working with news stations. I don't know how many of you have seen 60 Minutes this week. Did you see that, Robert? And see some head shaking. You know, 14 minutes to talk about what's happened in the Midwest. You know, they bring up that crop prices are the same they were in 1975. We need to bring that awareness forward so a larger population understand the barriers. And I think we understand the barriers here, and we're developing the resources and standing them up to support people that need them. And we need to go bold. We need to get in front of some TV stations. We need to do some testimony in front of the different legislative committees, even if it's just updates, not necessarily supporting new legislation, because we're not gonna get money with this year, right? What are we, another 800 million short? We're
I think
anticipating, right?
1.3
So,
billion.
you know, a couple billion over 2 years. So it's not a year to ask, it's a year to educate.
Right.
And I think the platforms are there and we have the connections to start doing that. We just gotta organize around it. We gotta get out there, tell people what we're doing.
Yeah,
Because we may be able to secure funding from non-traditional mechanisms. We've been so government reliant
yeah,
on programs surviving. I think we need to look at the private sector.
yeah,
I totally agree with you. Totally agree with you.
yeah.
I think connecting with some of the individuals who are producers and whatnot, who are trying to do this kind of on their own as far as getting the word out. And so if we can connect with them.
Do you have an example? Is there somebody that comes to mind, like a producer that's doing this?
Yeah, well, Janie Van Winkle, I don't know if some of you may know her, she was past president of the Colorado Cattlemen's Association. Is definitely speaking up,
Yeah,
and I think if we could tap in with and work with her.
I love that.
As well, and I know there's some other individuals around, but names aren't coming to mind at this moment, but yeah, being able to connect with them. So there's organizations out there and people who are doing this on their own. If we can kind of put up a united front and all of us work together.
Yeah.
I think we'd be great.
I think that supports the language that I heard from you, Lisa, that's like doing it with instead of to,
Right.
you know, inviting them to be a part of this and having them be spokesperson, the agriculturalists or the farm workers or whoever, so that they can feel like that they're a part of this, and that outreach seems really valuable.
Like from like workers, like these beautiful ladies, you know, that they can tell us, they're the ones at the forefront, and they're the ones who can tell us what they're doing, what
Yeah.
challenges the community is facing, and if we include them and not exclude them,
Yeah.
then we will, I think that we will have a big progress. And then when you have the media is powerful.
Yeah,
The
that's
media-
right. We
the
haven't
the
tapped
media,
into that.
yeah, we need to tap into the media, and I'm pretty sure that you have some relationships with the media, but then also Spanish channels like Telemundo, Univision, you know, we still, Latinos love soap operas, you know, I create my own soap operas too. So I'm like, we still watch TV, we still about the radio, we listen to the radio because we are working all the time, right? So we hear the radio, TikTok, Instagram, all of that is for the new generation.
Yeah,
But, you know, the generation that we're tapping into, still with newspapers,
Yeah.
radio, and and TV, and I think that we just need to go after media in every single angle,
Yeah,
because we're doing good work, but nobody knows about our work. And you know, in behavioral health and mental health, behavioral health is a taboo topic, no matter what race are you,
yeah,
you know?
or
It's
industry.
all the taboos and everything else, so we need to be more open.
Yeah.
And talk about it, because it seems to me that it has been like a secret that we all keep, and we're not as loud as we should be.
Well, let's turn up the volume and, you know, going along with what you were saying. Oh, okay, I was just gonna say, JC and I are going to be hosting a table tomorrow morning that's talking about partnerships with, for-profit organizations, and we can include media, but JC's done a lot of work in the Southeast, partnering with some organizations. I'm thinking of your, committee that they don't give you money, they just give you like outreach and advocacy, you know, which feels like a big thing that we could do with this whole state, if we move it beyond, you know, the Southeast, yeah. Nick,
I just, wanted to say, in the 12 years of being in agriculture and like, working groups, food system groups and stuff, a key highlight, which I also pulled away in the first session, next door, talking about how engaging with farmers always comes back to like, part of that mental health piece being wrapped around the succession planning. And so just a little bit ago, when you said that, I won't be here tomorrow, but you said that you were gonna have a youth table.
yeah,
I think that that is a really important piece, because, as producers and ag, like we're dropping like flies, and that's like a really heavy piece in trying to keep our, you know, our sector alive. And so we can target the kids more and also have those parents available, you know, at the same time to
Yeah.
work through what those hardships look like, so that it can stay and
Yeah.
continue to be legacy is important. So I really love the fact that you guys are.
I'll tell you, I can't agree more. We were here a year ago in this building and we had about 90 people show up, and 22 were FFA kids.
Yeah.
And 4 of them started sharing the pressures of legacy planning. And started to, for the first time, having a conversation with their parents right across the table. Because they couldn't find a safe space to have the conversation, and it just started to happen, so.
I mean, the kids of these farmers and ranchers too are also like the next generation of leaders in these types of rooms and spaces.
Yeah.
So having them at the table is imperative to any of this work.
yeah. And I don't know how we could incorporate that in a subcommittee, but that does feel, the future feels like so important. And just saying that you had that group, and Robert, you reached out to a couple of different groups that are sending FFA and 4-H students to the event to be at Julie's table tomorrow to kind of give their experience and their opinions. So, and we haven't talked about this much, but do either of you guys have relationship with the mediation? Doesn't CBA have a mediation department that helps with like people maybe going through succession planning, or people that are doing, you're looking at me like, no, I just thought there was a mediation
Yeah, I think there
team or
is,
something.
it's also called CAMP. But
Oh, that's right.
yeah, but the acronym is slightly different.
That's right, there's no
Oh,
mental health.
really?
treatment.
Yeah.
That would get confusing.
Colorado
Which is
Agriculture
really
Mediation
different about.
Program. Yes, no, I did, you're exactly right. That's right, we all need.
But yeah,
to-
I can include a note to that in our minutes of that program.
To explore that, I was at an event in Minneapolis this past year, and I sat in on a woman who gave I don't know, a talk on mediation up there, and her whole work was just helping succession planning and going in and helping families figure out how to do this. And some of the stories she gave were just like tragic in how it just splits families apart. So giving that priority seems big.
Can I ask our guest to, well, I'm a guest too, but what you're seeing in the youth that you're working with? Well, right now, we see a lot of, students drop out of school because they have to help their families, you know, with the cost of living. But we also see a lot of, H2A workers that come, you know, they've taken place of a lot of the families that used to come to the valley, so we have a lot of H2A workers that come from Mexico. But most of these workers, they don't have all the education, So, that's where we come in and we try to, give them tablets so they can learn English and, sometimes we do activities with them, just to encourage them to study.
And a lot of the kids that you're working with, are they moving across the country or are they staying here for the whole school year?
No, they move.
Migrant?
And if it's families that come from, let's say, Texas or Arizona, they'll start the school year here. But then they take them once
Right.
potato harvest is over. So then that's where we try to come in and help them because they don't have the same opportunities that kids that stay at the same school
Right.
district. So, there's always that gap, which we try to take care of because migrant ed is in 48 states. And, if we can't help them here, then there's another migrant ed
That
that
you
might
can
help them
connect
in
to.
Texas. Yeah,
Oh, that's great.
So are you guys familiar with the Yo Soy de Rancho program?
we're not.
And Yo Soy de Rancho, basically, it translates to I am from a ranch. It's a program for our community to educate our children on how to have their own ranches and continue this agriculture, agriculture world or life or, but with dignity, knowing that they can own their own ranches too. So, yeah, let's talk more about Yo Soy de Rancho because that's an awesome program, not only for the adults who own their own ranches, but also for our children to become more of agricultores, but owning their own ranch.
Awesome. Thank you. That sounds like an awesome program. Ulyssa, I hadn't heard about that.
You haven't heard about
I
that?
haven't heard about that either.
Okay, you need
I
to
love
go
it. I
back
wrote
to
it
them
down.
then.
I'm gonna look it up. Okay, to keep us on track since the summit starts at 11, I did mention earlier, Rosie has started a document for those on the working group. It was attached to the digital agenda. You can open it up. She has put in here, what would members like to see in this report in terms of progress, gaps, policy, and recommendations? We can talk about this for a minute, but I would really like to encourage everybody on the working group to go read through that, see what you think may be missing, and send that to Rosie. And my guess is that our next meeting, which is December 16th, so it's a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
Well, I'm wondering if maybe we should have a subcommittee group for this right here to meet
Yeah.
before, so that if anybody from the working group wants to come together so that we can compile that, because is there a hard deadline or we just owe it to them after the end of the year? Is it by December 31st? It's before the end of the year. Okay, so it'd be good to get everything together, and Rosie's given us a great start, but Rosie, we can talk about maybe doing something the first week
Yeah,
of December before our meeting.
yeah, does that sound realistic? I know you wanna look at it. Do you think if we have a meeting the first week of December, you could take time between now and
I
then?
wanna look at it Saturday.
Okay,
It's already booked.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be awesome. So Catherine created an entire report on existing data, so that is in there. The section that is currently the most bare, I've done a lot about, what we accomplished this year as a group. Chad has the lit review on best practices. We have the interviews, but really the recommendations for legislative and policy changes is a section where that can't come from me. That really needs to come from the members of this work group. And as you've mentioned, it's a tough funding year, but I think as we can start building ideas, lay the groundwork for what we want to propose.
Well, we can always talk access to care.
Yeah.
Right, that's something we can always
Yeah.
add in there is potential changes.
Yeah,
Making the intake process easier, your remote capabilities, iPad availabilities for people that can't get to town. I mean, we could beef that up, I think, pretty easy.
Mhm.
Because traditional psychotherapy coming into town isn't how agricultural people typically access care.
Yeah.
They're off grid.
So I just wanted to interject on that real quick. I know that right now the legislation, anything behavioral health, they're pushing through and signing off on it. So I think if you get policies, things tool, and like they're gonna push it through because of the huge benefit in frontier and rural areas of Colorado have a huge priority right now.
yeah.
And so just.
Yeah, thanks for that encouragement. Yeah, the FYI,
Time is right? I mean, it's.
Yeah, so.
okay. Well, we will do that and trusting that Liz will be able to be a great link once she gets involved with the Behavioral Health Administration. Anything else, Rosie, that you want to say in regards to that document or what we need?
I tried to give everyone edit access.
Okay.
So you should actually be able to go in and just write. If that doesn't feel comfortable to you, that's totally fine. You can come to this meeting with ideas, and I can take it and write. But if you're having trouble accessing the document, please let me know.
Okay, and possibly for someone like me that doesn't feel really comfortable writing, but just putting a
You can
comment
put
or a
comments.
question on the side.
Yeah.
Would be really helpful.
So it's still a Google Doc.
It is.
I know, it's the state. Our hands are tied.
Good. Can you convert that to a PDF or something and send it to her?
Yeah, I can definitely do that.
I
Yeah.
can't Google Docs today. So
Okay, yeah, I'll
I'm sorry. Otherwise, you're just getting a handwritten notes on the side.
That'd be awesome.
What is this?
Okay, and I would say that unless we have something else, let's move to the last section and just do an update. If anybody has anything about what's going on in their community that we need to know about upcoming events. I am super excited. We have, I think the final count was we had over 90 people that registered for the summit. This, as Jacob said, feels like a big accomplishment that we've been able to support RMFU in getting this done. And even if not everybody shows up, it still feels like that this awareness this year has been raised just by this event. So
I have an announcement, real quick.
yeah, go.
Organizing the first mental health, behavioral health conference in Espanol. We will start in Aurora, but we will move around. We're coming to Delta, Montrose, and Grand Junction, New Mexico. And I'm just super, super excited to have a behavioral health conference in Espanol that is gonna be for providers so they can hear firsthand the stories from the community and the challenges to access behavioral health. So our panelists, our keynote speakers are all gonna be Spanish speakers, community members who had somehow struggles navigating the system. So I have agriculture woman who tell us about their story. One of their story, addictions, and one of my panelists was addicted to cocaine, her son too at the same time. And they're all Spanish speakers. And so for the first time ever, we will have that behavioral health, mental health conference in Espanol.
When is the first one?
Saturday, February 7th, 10 to 2 p.m. Put it in your books, please. Saturday, February 7th, 10 to 2 p.m. It's gonna be in Aurora, and we decided to do the kickoff in Aurora. So we start raising the awareness. So it's gonna look different in different cities.
Yeah.
But a group of panelists will travel with us around the state to raise awareness on this
Yeah.
topic. Yes?
Do you know, Lori McDaniel at Big Salida in Colorado Springs? She does treatment for Spanish speaking and undocumented
Guess what?
folks. Do you know her?
She's part of my committee. She's
Uh-huh.
organizing it with me,
I
Crisalida.
I sit on her board, so I was like, oh my gosh, you have to know her if you don't.
I know, Crisalida is gonna speak.
Great.
Is gonna speak, so, I have, lots of providers now, and we haven't, I will send it to you, so
Yeah.
you can send it to all, so they can RSVP. But, it's gonna be,
Who are you is it Ulysses Soto Consulting? That's,
who am I partnering with?
Yeah.
Jefferson Center for Mental Health,
JCMH.
eh?
JCMH.
Jefferson Center for Mental Health,
Okay.
Colorado Community Health Alliance, CCHA,
okay, got some support that's,
the National Latino Behavioral Health Association, also supporting us,
so good,
big wigs.
big wigs.
Big
Yeah,
wigs
good
are
for you.
coming along.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Takes one to know one, you'll say.
No, I didn't see a space for us, so I'm gonna create a space for us because, it's 2026 and we haven't had a conference like that in Espanol. It was just time for all of us to be out there and speak up and
Yeah.
speak out and talk to those providers who think that they're good, because I hang out with providers and they tell me, oh, Lisa, we're doing great. And I'm like, no, you're not. You need to hear the stories of the communities and their struggles. So I'm gonna be super happy to be with all my psychotherapists, mental health, the mental health world,
Yeah,
to understand from the community itself.
perfect. Well, we'll be sure to get
So
that.
I hope to see you all. It's gonna be free.
Are you okay with students attending?
Oh, yeah, the student, anyone who wants to attend and hear firsthand from the real people, real stories, real problems.
Will you have English translation?
Yeah,
for
we're
people
gonna
who
have,
don't
yeah,
speak Spanish?
and now you're gonna see how I feel when I go to meetings and I don't understand. Now it's gonna be you, Clinton. No, yeah, Jefferson Center is sponsoring, the translators, Spanish to English.
Yeah, yeah,
So you will have
earpiece.
the little earpiece
That's
that,
right.
that you will get to hear everything
I
And-
so appreciate.
and you will love it. You will
No,
love it.
Yes,
The breakfast is gonna be good.
I was gonna say,
Always.
is the food gonna be?
that's right.
Yes, it's gonna be
Alyssa doesn't do anything without good food.
good food, exactly. That's cultural, my friends.
That's right. And you're gonna talk more about what's happening December 8th in Greeley.
Agree,
This afternoon.
this
But,
afternoon.
that should be on
It's on
our
our website.
website as well. And that's a big event that Ulysses is helping to put on, and we'll learn more about that later.
Yeah, with agriculture workers, we have now, a big health fair in and also agriculture workers in Greeley. We have right now, as yesterday, 4,796 Latinos registered,
That's,
It's amazing.
a lot.
right? It's amazing around this time that where people think they were very afraid because of massive deportations. But I think that if you do things right and with love, our people's gonna come out.
There we go. Excellent, thank you. Anyone else have events that we need to be aware of or things that are going on in your community? Is it Andrew?
Andrew.
Andrew, yeah.
Sorry to interject.
No, please, it's invited.
Things, I'd love to be on your work to represent the valley. I actually worked with migrant education services
Oh.
back in the day for a while, and I really enjoyed it, and somewhere you guys disappeared, and I didn't know where you were, so I'm glad you're still in operation here in the valley, but I'd like to connect. We have some other things that we'd like to do, but March 27th, we're gonna be hosting, basically the first annual substance use disorder, symposium or conference here in the valley. So it's rural setting. We'll have professionals there we'd like to connect with and have a group that can represent different groups here in the valley, farmers, ranchers, other professionals, and present there and kind of get the word out about access and care, what they can do to get that care here in the valley.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And you talked about the working group. What's the website
Yeah,
address
so
if you want?
if you look up Colorado and then boards and commissions at the Department of Ag,
Yeah.
there'll be a form, and it's just the main form for all the boards and commissions at the Department of Ag, and you'll just have to hit the drop down
Okay.
that shows, but I
was
can.
living
flip you
in Fort
around.
back here.
Okay. I'll
Yeah,
follow.
yeah.
For the committee, Rosie, they have
For,
to go through that
for this working group.
for this working group?
Well, you had to fill out an application.
No, I remember I did, but
Yeah.
did I went through all of that or has somebody sent?
Oh,
No,
it
we
was
sent
a
a link.
form before, yeah.
So,
It's
can you
different now.
send me that link, Rosie, because I'm gonna invite my friends over here, even though I don't know them, they don't know me, we're friends.
Yeah, I'll send you the link.
That's Latinos for you.
No strangers for you, Alyssa, just friends she hasn't met. Andy, one more, go.
So we are looking at substance use disorder treatment for you, working through our facility. We do have some, Latinos, different people that show up, and I'm the only one that speaks Spanish to them, so we're looking to bridge that gap to make sure that we're connecting with them, but we still provide treatment to them and give them services and make sure that they can access that
Nice.
care. We're also looking at bringing in a prevention program for youth that's highly evidence-based, but then we need to look at connecting into certain communities so that we can make sure that it's culturally sensitive and we can hire somebody to relate to that community population, to connect with those youth in their homes and with their families so that we engage them in those things and get through some of the cultural roadblocks that are created because of heritage or wherever we come from, right? So.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Are you guys sticking around for the summit? Okay, so have you met Carol Gruley? She works in extension here in the valley. She'll be presenting and she does a lot of work, I think, with 4-H, but she also works with farm workers and is I think a Spanish therapist. She is Spanish speaking therapist as well, if I'm yes. And so she'll be presenting, so be sure that you connect with her because I think she'd be a great resource to connect with extension.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Glad you guys were in here. Robert, Rosie, what else?
Mine's a small event compared to you guys. So Monday, thank you, Julie, we're gonna be showing the legacy film in conjunction with the Gunnison Basin Roundtable.
Oh, sweet.
So thanks to Wendell Coombs for helping me organize that, and so we'll be in Montrose for that. But really just hearing this is really exciting. That's what this summit was about, was making the connections with the people that are doing things with the community. So I think we're off to a great start, and I'm looking forward to the next 24 hours.
Yeah, me too. And that's awesome that that came together, in Montrose.
Yep.
Anyone else? We got a couple more minutes before we need to transition. Lunch will be served in theory at 11, so hopefully somebody's out there getting it together. Nick?
A bunch of our local agricultural groups are gonna start having their annual meetings in January and February down in Pueblo. So I would invite anyone in this room that would wanna come talk to a group of producers. That would just get in touch with me. I sit on a lot of them, or I'm a part of them, so I'm there. And it's, I know that we'd love to add you to our send outs that are gonna go out, probably.
Say more about the gatherings, what are the gatherings gonna be?
It's just like, so our little, Pueblo County, Farm Bureau meeting will be happening in January, and then Pueblo County Stockmen's Association.
Yeah,
I had reached out, when I was out in Pueblo Beasley earlier, we had talked because we were trying to see if we could get, Dr. Baldwin to come down, and or, probably the other topic was, but, just to have, also like CDA presence a little bit more down in our area to connect with our farmers and ranchers.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I've never seen anyone come talk about mental health in any of our local ag groups before,
Right.
so, I think that, that would be great.
I think that's a great point, and that's something that we can look to for next year, because I know that Tim invited us to come and table about camp and this work at the Farm Bureau event that's happening in next weekend, like in about 10 days. And then RMFU is also having theirs that same weekend, and I know that they'll have Agwell representation, but you were just at the Cattlemen's gathering. And so what you're talking about, Nick, I think that should be a priority if we can have members that are there just to have presence to make an announcement or just.
I know
that
that
increases-
it's at like the larger events or
Right.
conferences, but
But
like,
not
to
the-
really tap into the community, you have to go to the smaller meetings where like we're getting together and organizing our community. So
That's right. And I know that Kyler was a big advocate here when they have gathered, and when I was with Agwell, I would send him information and he would do it. So I think that that's great. Thanks for saying that.
I think Liz Thomas, her role, I think she said she's supposed to be out in the community at least 3 days a week.
Oh,
So
great.
she could be maybe the leader of
That outreach.
collaborating with work group members. Hey, I'm tabling at this event. I'm speaking at this event.
Yes.
Would love to have presence from the work group as well.
Yes. Have you met Liz yet? Okay, I'll introduce you. She's here.
And to go to JC's comment, we've already talked to Liz, and she's hopefully gonna lead up our communication subcommittee.
Oh,
So with her
perfect.
communication background, I think we're gonna try to develop a more, a lofty plan ahead.
I like that so much. Not that I didn't enjoy my interim one meeting that I should.
Not that you weren't as good.
Not that I wasn't.
No, you were just. It
Okay,
was hard to follow, Kelly.
that's right. We've got 2 minutes. Does anybody who's joined, go ahead.
So, we have an event coming up and it's not, anything like your guys' group. But, every year we reach out to community agencies and, we ask for donations to give our families Christmas gifts.
Mm.
So December 6th, we are going to have, in our culture, what's called a posada. And, we're gonna have great food, we're gonna have entertainment. And we invite our families that we have money to give Christmas gifts to. And they go and they pick up their Christmas gifts. This year we plan to have mariachi. So you're all welcome to come.
It's
gonna
here
be-
in the valley.
Yes, it's gonna
And
be
this
at
is the
East
migrant?
Campus. Yes.
Education program.
East Campus and Adams State University.
Awesome, which is in Alamosa.
Yes.
So Clinton, we should put out all of that on the website too.
Rosie's on it.
All
Is there a link for the event or should I just put the
We don't
time,
have a
location?
link for the
Okay,
event, but
that's really
it's, I believe it's gonna be from 3 to 7.
Perfect.
Yeah, December 6th.
Thank you for sharing that. Anybody online that's joining us from the community have question, comment? Jacob, Tim, anything you guys had?
It's not necessarily, or did I just freeze? Oh, it works. It's not necessarily
You got your-
attributed to this group. But a huge congratulations to Robert. I just got an email from Commissioner Greenberg about his volunteerism starting mid-January.
Yeah,
Thank you. Thanks. Thanks, Jacob.
maybe we'll talk more about that at the next meeting. And this meeting, we will wrap up. It's 11 o'clock. Thank you so much to everybody who has joined.
Yeah,
Antonio, thank you for your help. We appreciate it. And for the rest of you, let's go and
Enjoy the
summit.
conference.
That's right.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, Rosie.
Yeah.
Thanks, everybody online.
Y yo pertenezco a muchísimos grupos donde estamos.
See you, Jacob. Thanks for joining.
Y así lo quiero.